North Node Astrological Consultations, available now at sacredtea.net.
Hey babies, it's MahMah Tea, back with another one. Sitting out here in the sun again, trying to get my daily word. Then I share it with you babies. And the first thing that came to me, I got up this morning and I took my shower and talking to the water inside there just hitting me, and I was just thankful, grateful. You know, every time you ain't got to ask for shit, baby. You all this praying and begging and all of that. You know what that leaves room for? It leaves room to make you think you lacking. You without. Always begging and asking the God, ancestors, spirit guides. Always asking, honey. No, sometimes you ain't got to ask for nothing. Sometimes all you got to do is say thank you. Show some gratitude for what you do have. Stop focusing on all the things you lack and all the things you don't have, because all that's going to do is make room for less. Think about that. Sometimes just giving thanks. Thanks for the clothes on your back, the roof over your head, the health that you have, the fact that you just woke up this day, giving you another chance, another day to make things right with yourself, giving you time, extending your life. One more day, honey, baby, that's enough to be grateful for and thankful for. Because when you start showing the God self, the ancestors who are benevolent to you, that you're grateful for what you have, honey, that's where you get your grace. That's where you get that mercy. That's where you get that love showered on you, because you appreciative for what you have. And I told y'all before, it's time to clear out some shit that you don't need. Then take inventory, everything in your life. And if it's creating clutter, you stop piling shit that you don't need, that you ain't using, and carrying it from one place to the other, honey. Let it go. Let it go, because a lot of times when you carrying material things and possessions from one place to the other, you carrying that energy that's attached to that, and that energy could be anchoring you, holding you back like an anchor, stagnating you, limiting you, not allowing you to grow to the next level. Then you got to ask yourself, man, I had this thing for 20, 30 years. What am I holding on to this thing for? And then think about where you got that thing. Because, you know, we got to be careful of the gifts that we receive or the things that we buy from secondhand stores and garage sales and antique shops. You got to be careful, because a lot of those things carry energy from the previous owner. Like a lot of babies go shopping in thrift stores and things like that. And I get it, times it's hard, but let me tell you something that you should not ever buy from a thrift store. And that's somebody else's shoes. Honey, the soles of the feet, just like the palms of the hand, maps out the whole body. You can see in the bottom of the sole of your feet every organ in your body. Same thing with the hands. We call it reflexology, right? When they do detoxifying of the feet and the soles, it's pulling out minerals and metals and all kind of things, yeast and everything that you had through the soles of your feet. So just imagine the energy that the soles carry in shoes. Baby, don't you ever buy nobody secondhand shoes. And don't you, if somebody say, here's some shoes, I only wore them once or twice. No, thank you. Don't buy nobody else's shoes. I don't ever, if I go into the thrift store, honey, it's looking for certain articles and things like that, but I'm never buying clothes. You put some of them clothes, they say they wash and get a little black light, you gonna see all them sweat stains, all that DNA and that perspiration still in them clothes, and you putting them clothes on, baby. No. Use what you got till you can get more of what you need. Give thanks for what you have. Don't be going out there putting on somebody else's energy. You have no idea what you're doing to yourself. No wonder why you're feeling sick. Wonder why your money ain't coming through. Wonder why your relationship's going to hell. You gotta take a look at what you bought in your house that created some disturbances. Look, this spiritual world is real, baby. Many of y'all don't believe and understand that, but things carry spiritual energy. It does, and it doesn't always mean that spiritual energy is good for you. Always ask your spirit inside when you got to pick up something from these secondhand stuff. Is this something that I should good? And pay attention to the vibrations, because this is how truth resonates in you. It's through the vibrations that you feel inside. Put that thing in your hand. That shit don't feel right. Put that shit down. Leave that shit right there. It ain't that ain't the item for you. But back to being thankful, just having gratitude of what you have. Take inventory of what you have there. All right? Look at what you got in your home, in your house, in your surroundings. Is it making you happy? Is it a form of fulfillment? Or is it just taking up space? Because the spirits can't bring in nothing good for you if you cluttered with a whole bunch of mess and you asking for more, wondering why it ain't coming. Make room for more. All right, y'all packing up, you moving, going different places, honey. Don't bring them items with you. This is something I told one of my cousins the other day. Listen here. You getting into a relationship with somebody else and y'all moving under the same roof together, marriage, whatever you call it. I ain't judging, but this you need to pay attention to. You going into a new relationship and y'all moving into a new place together. Don't you bring that bed with you. I don't care. Don't you bring that mattress with you. You ever looked at the mattress under a black light, honey? You gonna throw all that shit away. The bed is sacred, baby. Your body lays in there. Not talking about all the other stuff you do in there. When your body rests, especially at night, so your soul could travel. It's resting under the energy of that mattress. When you getting in a relationship with somebody, God forbid they broke up in a negative way, or they passed on in a way. You ain't trying to bring that into the relationship with you. And I don't care how much rosemary, baking soda, frankincense you burn on that thing. That is not enough. Start anew. Start the relationship anew. Don't be bringing in all that old furniture that they all sat there once and watching TV and cuddling on, and you're going to sit in this new relationship. Y'all going to go in here and sit on that couch too, wondering why all of a sudden she got an attitude or he feeling some kind of way. Baby, it's energy. I'm trying to tell y'all, this shit is for real. You need to pay attention to mama when you talk about this stuff. Okay? Be mindful of it. It's called energy transfer. You know, the transference of energy. This shit is real. You starting a new relationship, everything needs to be new. You moving into a new home, everything needs to be new when it comes to the furniture, when it comes to the silverware. I'm trying to tell y'all, when it comes to the bed you lay in, all of this thing here, it needs to be taken into account. You starting fresh, start anew. Start anew. And then watch the energy change and shift for you. Don't be bringing in that old piece of furniture you got from your mama and your daddy, and certain heirlooms I can understand you won't keep in your family, but this you gotta look at the energy of that ancestor that passed on. This is when I say, when you calling on your ancestors, you need to call on the ones who were benevolent to you. And I'm gonna add on one more thing. You got your little spiritual team to call on with your angels and your guides. You need to call on the ones that's benevolent to you and to each other. Okay? Because there's a spiritual war going on, and if you're not careful, honey, you could bring in a lot of rift and a lot of strife in your life. I'm serious about that. You got to be careful on who and what you're calling on. I know a lot of babies trying to get close to their ancestors and figure out how do they work with that energy. Honey, ancestral energy is very powerful. That is why they don't want us to connect back to that. You know, only black people, you will hear talk about, y'all get on me about the race thing, y'all get on me about the gender thing, y'all get on me about everything, but I really don't care, because I'm going to talk about these things because they need to be talked about. Black people, the whole you call black, you know what I'm talking about. You know, when you start taking on other people's religions, the first thing they tell you to do is they teach you that your ancestors' energy is evil. They call it familiar spirits. Your ancestral energy is underneath the name of, they call familiar spirits, and then they say God don't want you talking to familiar spirits, so I guess God wants you to talk to unfamiliar spirits. Make that make sense, baby. Anywho, familiar spirits, in my opinion, is my ancestral energy, my ancestral spirits. Now, I'm tell y'all, there's two types of ancestors. Everybody's ancestors ain't good, nice, and pretty. And everybody's ancestors ain't evil and dark and ugly. This is why you call on the ones who are benevolent to you. And what I mean by that, there's malefic spirits and there's benevolent spirits. They are. I'm going to tell you right now, them dark spirits come for you. Everything works under jurisdiction, because there's a lot of jealousy, hate, and envy amongst our people, and we did practice a lot of unscrupulous behavior in our time and our days. And them ancestors who practiced those things, they are part of our bloodlines too. So when you call on them, honey, be careful who you call on, who you activate, and which DNA in you activate, because you could be calling on a malefic one that could bring a lot of strife in your life. So you got to know the laws and the rules to this thing, because them dark spirits come for you. This is why you want to call on the ones who are benevolent to you, because you can even have benevolent ancestors who ride on the dark side that can take care of them dark spirits that's coming for you, because they benevolent to you. Same with the light ones. And make sure they benevolent to each other. People be like, dark and light don't get along, honey. This is called the middle path. Look on that yin yang symbol. Tell me if you can't find that middle path or that middle road. Honey, we are merger of all things. We are merger of light and dark energy. Now, I ain't telling all of y'all to go over there and worship the devil and calling on demons and things of that and the other. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying you do have ancestral energy who are on both sides of the fence that are there to protect you on both sides of the fence. This is why you call on the ones who are benevolent to you. They ain't going to cause no harm to you. They ain't going to cause no strife to you. They going to look out for you. Y'all can't get with that. I don't care. I told you, I don't subscribe to none of y'all mainstream patriarchal orders. I don't. And it has no power over me. I trust and believe the spirit, the God that lives in me, who's benevolent, who works wonders, greatness in me. And I also have protection from my ancestors, who can see dark as well as the light. Now, I'm going to ask y'all one question real quick, then I'm going to end this video, because this supposed to be about gratitude. I want to ask you something and talk about God and the devil. You know they one and the same? When you start asking questions like this, okay, God know everything, this and that. So when God made the devil chose to go against God. But didn't God make the devil, Lucifer, whatever you want to call it? Didn't God make that? Did God know everything? That God should have known that the devil was supposed to do all this kind of wicked stuff. And then you cast it out of heaven. Where you send him? Right down here with your children. And then we test it, go to hell or heaven, if we let who you sent here overthrow us and mess with us. Then you're going to say the powers of this world, the principalities, the rulers of this world is darkness. But you sent us here. I don't know about y'all, but none of that shit make no kind of sense to me. That's why I don't be following y'all. This shit confusing as hell. You want me to follow this God that made this devil, then you made me on earth, then you sent the devil down here to taunt me, and I'm going to get cast into hellfire and brimstone if I don't listen to you and I'm listening to him. What the hell is the purpose of all this for? Then you got this thing called left behind. You're going to be left behind. You ain't going to catch on the rapture. The rapture come, you're going to be left behind. If I would be left behind, what the hell you send me to earth for? To be left behind. Why is we here? This shit don't make no goddamn sense to me. Maybe it makes sense to y'all, but See, I like it. I told you I'm a simple woman, like simple things. I ain't got time for all that complexity and confusion. That don't make no sense. So I'm supposed to trust you and not me. Everything is led for me not to trust myself, but I'm supposed to trust you. And I look at the history of some of y'all shit. I wouldn't trust you as far as I can see. With my glasses on. Or even off. Shit. This is why I'm thankful and I'm grateful for the common sense that the Creator has given me to see the difference in the works of men and women. Because they're going to send the women to you first to try. This is who the leads. You know, when you go fishing, they got the leads on the rod. That's the women. They put the women on the leads on the rod to reel you in. We ain't finna play them games, sister. It's time for y'all to wake up. Get out all them man-made religions. I don't care what they talking about. But the choice is yours. But at the end of the day, I'm thankful and I'm grateful to have my eyes open and see things for what they are and not for what I'm told for them to be. We all have eyes, ears, in the eyes, in the ears, the soul, the spirit, in this body, and a purpose while you here. And it's a choice for you to fulfill the daggone thing or not. So your babies need to just think about those things. And always begging and asking and begging, honey, it's time for you to go on within. And be thankful for what you have so you can be shown more truth and more light. Because some of y'all ain't ready for your eyes to be open for this thing to be revealed, because it might scare the shit out you. So prepare yourself for the truth. Prepare yourself for the reality. Prepare yourself for your eyes and your ears to be open. And always give thanks and honor. Show gratitude for the things you have. Be appreciative. Declutter your life. Get rid of some things you don't need and stop taking on other people's energy that does not belong to you. Start looking and taking inventory of everything that's going on, if it's making sense or not. And then let your eyes see the things that's in there that you've been holding on to for so long that you really don't know why you holding on to these things. Be mindful of the gifts that you receive from strangers. Be mindful of the things you buy in a secondhand store. And keep your feet out of somebody else's shoes, baby. Okay. These are my daily words for today. I hope it helps somebody. Okay. Y'all be good now. MahMah Tea. Love you, babies. Bye-bye.
North Node Astrological Consultations available now at sacredtea.net.